Well, I think he wants to make sure, and he backed Brexit, obviously, at the beginning of the process. He was a new MP, stuck to his guns. You know, he was a lot of people trying to persuade him not to do that, but he believes in Brexit. He wants to make sure we take full advantage of all the opportunities from Brexit, which is about reducing regulation, but it's also about doing things differently. So he set out plans to look at all of the retained EU laws that are on the books, get rid of all that we can, and make sure that we can take full advantage of those opportunities. So that's one of the big challenges facing the country. The other big one is going to be this big difference of view between him and Liz Truss on how to deal with the big economic challenge and get people through what's going to be a tough winter. He wants to deliver economic support to the poorest and most vulnerable. Liz is setting out a tax cut that delivers a lot to the best off in society, nothing to pensioners and nothing to those on the lowest incomes. And that's going to be one of the big differences, I think, that our members are going to have to choose between.
Yes, and if the polls are to be believed at the moment, it looks as though the members are leaning towards Liz Truss. And I point you also to another poll that was published yesterday by Redfield and Wilton Strategies, which, according to them, say 2/5 of the electorate, the wider electorate, thought that Keir would be a better Prime Minister than Rishi Sunak. And Truss camp saying a vote for Rishi would be a vote for Labour.
Well, two things I'd say. First of all, on our members, the most accurate poll last time was the poll of our councillors. And that poll showed that about a third of our members want to vote for Liz, about a third for Rishi, and about a third haven't yet made their minds up. So I think it's all to play for. On the voters, the big thing that we need to do is look at those voters who voted for us in 2019, but who currently are not planning on voting for us, the swing voters. And the poll that was done of swing voters shows that Rishi had a 20-point lead over Liz Truss. It's those voters that are the voters that we've got to win back. And I think that level of support, and also the plan that he's setting out to deal with getting the poorest and most vulnerable people through what's going to be a very tough winter with high energy prices, that's the sort of plan that I think our members will want to see and will want to back in the person that's elected as Prime Minister.